Hey, what's going on, everyone? Fine friends and fishing freaks.
Oh, he did it
Welcome to
again.
the 20th episode of the CKB, where this episode we will be freestyling with Flanagan, talking shit to straws, at straws,
Yeah.
about straws. And right off the bat, we got a weatherman with us, giving us predictions. Uh, yeah, it's going to be a good one. Freestyle show, boys. What do you think?
Yeah, I figured, Nick hopped on. I was like, you know what? It's a freestyle show. We don't need to wait for the weather report. Let's just bring him in. Let's start with a new look. We're gonna be,
Fucking
just say
windy. That's the weather report. It's fucking
Yeah,
windy, windy,
it's
windy
yeah,
everywhere.
windy
that's
everywhere.
basically the only weather report is hot, windy, rain.
Yeah.
Down in Colorado Springs, softball size hail.
Yep.
That's about all we've been doing.
Fucking,
So, cheers to starting
Yep.
the show out early. I normally don't do that.
Hell yeah. Yep. And we got Weichel in the house. What's up, Weichel?
what's up, Brian? Kenny said hello. What's going on, Kenny?
Kenny said
Champ in
hi.
the house.
Raining or not raining? No, not raining AOY, but I guess leading the current leader of the AOY race, Kenny Hood. Yep. So we're gonna do something different tonight. As you saw, we got no set topic. We're just gonna throw some topics out there, talk shit, get you guys pop in the comments, and ask a question or whatever whatever we're talking about. Sorry, I'm trying to do something here. I shouldn't have done that in the middle of a sentence. Yeah, just while we're talking, if something catches your fancy, drop a comment, or even better, I'm going to put into the comments right now a link that you can click on and join us. And it'll do it on your phone, do it on your computer. You got to have a camera going, but just click on that link and it'll put you into our green room. And if you don't look like a total creep, I can actually, bring you up and just say hi, tell us we suck, whatever. But yeah.
Or if we decide you're a creep while you're in the green room, we'll just act like you
Just
never even showed up.
toss you out. I can toss
That's
you
just
out.
how
I
we
can
roll
mute you,
around here.
toss you out. Yep. But
Just
yeah,
waiting for somebody to be in there, getting in their belly button lint.
yeah, right.
Going crazy.
At first, I was gonna, email it out. I was gonna say, if you want to join us, give me your email and I'll email it out. But I'm like, we don't have like thousands of people watching, and there's no like real weirdos watching. Like, just put it in the comments. Who what's the worst that can happen? I guess we'll find out. But yeah.
Oh yeah, we're gonna see.
So we'll see. The link is in the comments. It's just click on that link. It'll talk you through what you want to use for your audio and video and all that. But it's pretty easy. So if you want to join us, say hi, just click on there.
I hope Corey
If you want to show
Doyle
us
jumps
a
in
new
there.
swim bait or your koikis or anything you want to show us,
Don't bring up
hop on.
koikis. Koiki is on my list of things to talk about. If I see one more goddamn video of somebody showing me how to rig a koiki on a frog,
Nobody knows.
lose my mind.
Nobody knows how to rig those things,
Oh,
man.
God. I mean, I get it. It's a cool new thing, and but it's like, guys, come on. I've seen Jason Christie do it. I don't even know how many people I've seen showing how to rig a koiki on a frog bait.
I just watched one today. It's probably the best one I've seen, with the exception of one that's about to come out soon. It was
talking Mikey Balls.
Yeah, Mikey Balls is with
that one was pretty cool.
Trocar frog hook, where he basically puts a weight and a rattle in there with some some heat shrink. And it looked really cool. He got a little weird with the lube, but that's what Mikey Balls do.
Yeah. See, you got me talking.
With a name like that, why wouldn't you use lube?
Yeah.
Do you not know who Mikey Balls is?
I've heard of him. I just don't follow too much fishing stuff.
I don't either.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know him that well.
Man. Yeah,
I mean,
after 20 years of watching how to throw a jerkbait, I think nobody could write an article that would impress me on how to throw a jerkbait or how to throw I mean, if you've read one, you've read them all.
Right.
Yeah. What's up, Fire Axe? That's our buddy Tim Smith up in Wyoming.
Yeah.
Hope to see you out there. If not this season, next season. Norton's your last chance, though. You got to join us at Norton. And if you want to, because, after that, it's Pueblo, and you have to fish at least one event to be able to fish Pueblo. So, speaking of Norton, let's talk about the hot topic of the week. everybody's waiting. I think everybody knows the answer. But yeah, so I put up a poll on the Facebook page. What do we want to do for the makeup event for the canceled Cedar Bluff event? And we're doing it on Sunday the 16th, so the day after the Sunday, August 16th, because we're in Norton on August 15th. So the choices were stay in Norton for one more day or drive down to Cedar Bluff on Sunday. And I did make the caveat, like, hey, this is not a binding vote. It's just, we just kind of want to take the temperature of the club, see what everybody's kind of thinking. And I'm sure most of you already have seen this, but the winner by a slight margin was Norton. So we're going to fish Norton on Sunday, 2 days in a row. After filtering out a few non-member votes, it was 13-10 in favor of Norton. So that's what we're doing. Book it. I will make a new Tourney X tournament for it tomorrow so that people can start signing up if you want. But yeah, that's it. We're going to stay at Norton. You know, which I'll be honest, I was sort of in the Cedar Bluff camp, but I got to put my personal feelings aside and look at it as a tournament director. And I think Norton is the right choice because we'll get more people. More people, you know, if we went down to Cedar Bluff, we might only lose 4 or 5 people that didn't want to make the drive. But that's, you know, $300-400 in prize money, you know, that just didn't go. Right. So it makes sense to stay at Norton, although that place is going to be beat to shit with 2 clubs there for 2 days. But what are you going to do? You know,
and that's why we are the CKB, because we are going to figure it out. Someone will catch them, and we're still going to put up mid to high 80s both days. I really think it. As much as the water is going to be low, those fish are still there. They're still in there. They're
still Norton
less
fish.
Water.
Yeah, they're still Norton fish. They're still going to bite. They're still going to try to jump off your hook when you hook them. And they will. You will lose a few. I'm just going to tell you now. You will lose.
They are some jumping ass fish at Norton, man.
They sure are. I don't know what it is. Yeah.
I know. Not last year, but the year before.
That's you use one of these, then you pin them and you got them.
Yep.
Okay.
I know that not last year, but the year before, man, as soon as I would stick one, you could just feel them. You could you could feel them in your rod. You're like, oh, here he goes. And they were like, boom, out of the water. They were not playing.
I tried to sweet talk Mr. Ali, although it's not up to him, obviously. It's more up to the people over at Evergreen and Z-Man. But I said, dude, I need a jackhammer with a trocar for Norton because those goddamn Norton fish keep jumping off my jackhammer. And if I had a trocar, they wouldn't. But what are you going to do? Oh, let's see. What's Kenny saying? Oh, Kenny's talking shit. That's nice. All right. That's what we want. I hope to see every person that voted for Norton on Tourney X signed up for the 16th. I agree.
See,
if you put your vote in and made your voice heard, you better. Well, whatever. I can't say that.
See, and that we should. So with Kenny, so there's a thing like if you've ever like done any kind of like racing or anything like that, the big thing is called stips. Right? Like you might have a bet, like James and I, we're going to have a bet. But if you win on the second Tuesday, it doesn't count. I win. And if you have 37 cents in your left pocket, not in your right, then I get to win. But it'd be like, you know, it's that kind of stuff. So I think that would be cool. Like, hey, man, your vote counts. Unless you don't show up and then your vote doesn't count, we're going to Cedar Bluffs. Or like, you know.
The night before we'll announce it.
Yeah. But I mean, I do like the idea of, and I think this was a solid move, both sides, was removing anybody who wasn't an actual paid club member. I think that was, I think that one should go without saying. I really wish that was the case, Kenny, but I don't. You know, that's not going to be real. Yeah.
Well, again, it's one of those things you can't make up a rule midway. And it's not even a rule, actually. It's not in the rule books, but the way we've always run the club is only member votes count, you know?
Right.
It should be.
You know.
That's how it should
be. So that's how it goes. Yep. Corey says, would have say the same for Cedar Bluff. A lot more people on the Norton side going. Yep. So it is what it is. You know, it's fine. We're going to be in Kansas either way. All right.
Corey, get on that link and get in here.
Yeah.
We need some shit talking tonight.
Yeah.
You're one of the OGs, dude.
Yeah. Yeah. If you're just joining us, there is a link in the comments if you would like to hop on and get your face on screen, and we'll make you famous to all 30 people who usually watch us. Cool.
Well, you could be in Tennessee at a random ramp getting ready to launch and worried about stumps and not launching, and just run into a guy that's like, I've been watching you guys for 2 months. That could very well happen. It happened to me.
It
Walt
does
McCree.
happen. I'm gonna blow a little smoke up my own ass right here for a second.
Oh wait, Jim's here.
I can do it.
Son of a bitch.
You're
out of here.
Sorry.
You're kicking him out.
All right.
Where's the kick out button now?
Nick's out. Corey's in.
I was at Chatfield this past weekend, and I got recognized by 3 separate people from my YouTube channel, and all 3 of them mentioned, I saw when you got that 6-pounder here at the Beaver Pile. I was like, dude, that's crazy. Like that I just random dudes that I didn't know. So
I also saw some recognition that you got today too, Flanagan.
What's that?
Yeah. Not basically you're a big bait hoarder that doesn't want to tell anybody what bait they're throwing. And you're like, hey man, give me the technique. What, how many feet of water you? Well, he's throwing a buzz bait, sir. So
what Nick's talked about this,
the water.
This guy hopped into my comments today to the video I just posted today from Chatfield. If you've seen any of my videos, you know I always talk about what I'm throwing. A lot of times I'll show them to the camera. A lot of times I'll put a picture of them in the corner, exactly what I'm throwing. This dude hops in the comments today. He's like, I notice you're hiding all your baits and not telling anybody what you're throwing. I guess there's no reason to subscribe. I'm like, what videos are you watching, dude? I showed you my black on black buzzbait. What the fuck?
You even said it. You said throwing the trusty Teckle black on black buzzbait. Like you laid the whole thing out and then stuck a fish on it.
It's like
I'm switching to the Whopper Plopper, and then I'm going to switch to this, and I'm going to switch to that. I'm going back to the buzzbait.
I was like, the YouTube comment section is the dregs of humanity. It's just the dumbest motherfuckers on the planet. I'm sorry, it just is. You know, it's crazy. Some of some of the shit you see in there is just insane. So
I really need to get a burner account for that, and just that way I can just go hard in the paint. We need to do that with Eric though, because he's so much better at the written. Like if it was a in-person talk crap about people, I'm in. Put me in, coach. I'm really good at that. The written word though, like you got to get like Ali and like Collins and you know the dudes that have like the really big brain pan and can really just let it eat. James, he's a sneaky one. Like he'll be like, oh, I'm a big dummy, and then lay down a 4-page dissertation on why you're stupid.
So my sneaky, shitty little comments are always, you got to read between the lines to understand my humor. Somewheres in my humor, there's a story about my comments. Usually I'm saying something wise, and half the time I say stuff on YouTube or I say stuff to people's videos that's not that it's just you can be someone you're not, and that's the best part about YouTube is you don't have to be. You know, I give kayakers crap all the time. I saw some random chick, the kayak chick, the other day. She put a video up about how she's trying to push her kayak in the back of her truck. She's like, "Oh, I'm trying to strain." I said something about you're not going to be doing that for long. Oh, when are you not kayaking anymore? And I said, when you're loading a 260-pound kayak with only half of your stuff in it. And she gets back to me and she's like, yeah, but I'm still out there. And I gave her a thumbs up, like a smile and a heart. I'm like, yes, you are. I said, until you have 3 herniated discs and a back broke, I said, then you're never going to be going back out there. So we just went back and forth. I'm like, you kayakers are ridiculous. And here I am, I'm a kayaker, right? So don't believe nothing I ever say on anything. It's out there.
Jimmy Straws, the mega troll.
Yeah. It just took me. It was just such a weird comment though, because to say that I was hiding baits, it was just like you clearly haven't watched any of my videos. Like, why are you commenting? It's just so weird. I don't know.
Well, maybe that's a clue, right? Maybe you need to get your affiliate links down in the comments. You can be like, baits in the comments, beta, go buy one. I get 2 cents and you don't see any other money, and you can make some money, dude.
Z-Man, hook it. You got my number. You got my number, Z-Man.
I know what he did. I know what he means. It's because I think he sees you put those sleeves over the bait at the end.
Oh, jeez.
That's what it might be. And if he's inexperienced at fishing or being on a boat, he's never been around 7 rods behind your back or at your feet where you stick treble hooks in your feet and your arms and your back if you don't put that little cover on there. It's not about hiding your baits. No. I hide my baits on tournament morning from all you suckers because you guys are good enough where I give you anything and you guys are going to run with it, and now I got to chase my own ass.
No, my bait bags are clear. Mine are actually the clear plastic. They make them clear and black. I get the clear, but yeah, I get it. If I had something super sneaky, if I didn't have a green pumpkin jackhammer tied on, I would consider hiding it. So
there's nothing worse than that treble hook caught in your sun shirt right here, and you're like.
I've done that where I've turned around, I got my shirt, and then when I went to grab it, it got my glove. So I'm pinned together like with my glove pinned to my shirt. It was ridiculous.
And if you've got a really good hook, good luck.
Oh yeah,
you've ruined that shirt jerseys. And most likely bent the hook, and it's just so terrible.
Yeah, Eric, what are you talking about? You're so free with your information. I don't know what this guy is talking about. All right, real quick, before we get into some hot topics, 2 events I just want to talk about real quick. Patriot Borderlands Kayak Series is in Norton this Friday and Saturday. It's a collaboration we're doing with them. I believe tonight is the sign-up deadline. But yeah, if you want to pre-fish Norton before we're out there in August, there's a good opportunity to do that. I saw a few of our guys are going, Terry, Lovall, Kenny, I think a few other people, but so go sign up for that. It's only $22 to join for civilians, free for veterans. So that is this coming weekend, Friday and Saturday. Today is the sign up deadline. Search for that on Tourney X, you'll find it. And then the other one, just going to mention just because we're going to be, a couple of us are going to be there, but July 10th or 11th and 12th, the city of Trinidad is putting on a tournament. And actually Matt Ramey, our buddy Matt Ramey down in New Mexico, is helping them put it on. I don't know what the impetus was for this, but city of Trinidad's putting on a tournament. They're limiting it to 25 people. The entry fee is only $25, but the payout is $2,000 for first, $1,000 for second, and $500 for third on a $25 buy-in. So I was like, I Trinidad in August or in July seems kind of hot to me, but I was like, I mean, why wouldn't I at least give it a try? So.
And there's some names on here that I do not recognize from Colorado.
There's a bunch of they're probably Trinidad locals is what they are. But yeah, and there's like 7 or 8 New Mexico guys. I'm half tempted to say, hey, side pot, contact Ramey because I see Ramey's on there and say, hey, well, how about a little side pot? Colorado versus New Mexico, best 5 fish from Colorado, best 5 from New Mexico. We want to do it. We'll see.
I know Ramey. He's going to want a handicap because it's your home water.
Yeah, you think so? Yeah.
Well, he's the tournament director. He shouldn't have done that.
Yep. Oh, real quick, Kenny says first responders are also free for the PBKS Norton this Friday. Today is the deadline to sign up, though. So get in on that.
The Trinidad event has 19 signed up on Tourney X right now.
Yes.
And I don't know if those are open spots, but I know 25 spots at Trinidad. That's going to be fun. Even with the lake low, you should be able to get on something other than the islands.
Yep. And it's a 2-day event. What are you saying that spot for with those New Mexico guys maybe watching? Are you crazy? They're not even islands anymore. They're a peninsula at this point.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think it's actually a bluff now.
Yeah.
Because even when I was there The islands were not really there.
Yeah.
There was 3 feet of water on the other side. So
yeah, it's gonna be different than what we're used to. Corey, right now there's 19 signed up. I know it's been out there for a couple months though, and the lady in Trinidad who was taking the money and stuff, she was taking reservations. So it's possible that all the spots are taken. They just haven't actually hit Tourney X yet. I don't know, but look for it on Facebook. I know the New Mexico Facebook has a post about it, or hit me up in the, send me a message if you're not sure, and I'll send you the link. It's
I'm sending it to him right now.
Okay, so yeah, I don't know if there's any spots open, but if there is, I mean, $25 buy-in. We got nothing else going on in July. What the hell? Might as well. that was my thought. And that's it. So, I should mention, I don't know the date. I forgot to look up the date, but we also got CKFC Elkhead coming up in July. So that should be a cool one too. I'm doing that. I haven't decided if I'm doing multi. Definitely doing bass on Saturday. I'll probably do multi. I mean, Nick and I got the hotel room, so I'll probably just stay for multi, I suppose.
Yeah, it's a long drive to not do multi the next day.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
That's true. Yeah. So, all right, that's all I got for business. I got a couple topics. I'll just read them off real quick, and then we'll start with one. But some of the stuff I wrote down that we can sort of blast through. Tournament etiquette. I don't want to get too deep into that because I think that's a full episode one of these days, is tournament etiquette and unwritten rules. But there is something I want to touch on there. Another one we should talk about, where do we go next June? Because June has been tough for us the last few years. I don't know if it's post-spawn or what, but June has been tough for us. So let's talk about June for next season. Have any of you guys caught a fish on an urchin bait? Don't answer that. Will forward-facing sonar ever be banned for kayak tournaments? Not should it, but will it? Should doesn't matter because we're going to do whatever the parent league, Bassmaster National, whatever they do, that's what we're going to do. So should doesn't come into it. Will it ever be banned, do we think? And the Colorado Roadrunner idea I came up with, or I didn't come up with, sorry. I mentioned last week. We can talk about that a little bit. But anyway, let's start with tournament etiquette. Again, I think we need to do a full tournament on this, or a full episode on this at some point. But since we got a bunch of new guys, actually, I just wanted to point out a couple of the most important in my mind, and you let me know if I'm wrong or you agree or add to it. Some of the most important etiquette rules or unwritten rules: you should never pull up to within one cast, 2 casts. The distance varies. Whether you're me or Kenny, the distance is going to vary, but you should never get, let's say, within a cast distance of somebody without talking to them. You should never just roll up and start fishing. If you're going to get that close to someone, it's got to be, hey man, are you going this way? You going that way? Do you mind if I fish behind you? It should never be a silent roll up on someone that close if they're already fishing. If you see them pointing one direction and working down a bank, don't pull in front of them. If they're on a bank and there's a point close by and you can see they're sort of working their way to the point, don't fish the point, without talking to them. Ask first. And then the other one is, that was it. Yeah. The other one is don't cut someone off if they're working towards a certain direction. Don't just cut them off without asking or talking, just saying anything. Which way you going? Do you mind if I do this, that, or the other thing? What do you guys think? Is that to me is the number one rule as far as unwritten etiquette rules? What do you guys think about that?
Yeah, no, I mean, I think I think you're right. Communication is key. A lot of it too is when you're rolling up on that guy that's already there. How is he fishing? Is he power pulled down and he's got something in his hand and he's literally just dragging one spot, and that point is so far away that he wouldn't get
Yep.
there until next week anyways, right?
Yep.
So, and if you don't want to talk to somebody because maybe you're shy or you feel or you're nervous or something, then give them enough room. And if you're going to jump in front of someone, give them the room. Whatever that room is, I don't know. But once again, if that person's got a crankbait in their hand and they're just boom and they're burning the boom, they're going to be on that point. So even if you jump 100 yards ahead of them, you're cutting him off because of the rate he's fishing and the speed he's fishing and the technique he's fishing. These are all observations. There's no written rules about it, but it's just common courtesy.
Yep.
As far as I'm concerned, right?
Yep. Arledge says communication is key, but sometimes people try to claim a 400-yard stretch. Yes, that is true. Sometimes people take it a little too far, but yeah, you should still talk. If you're 400 yards away and someone yells at you, that's on them. But yeah, Nick, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, for me, I've had it recently, a couple times this year. It's probably happened to me more this year than it's happened in most of my kayak fishing, where you're working towards something and just whoop, somebody just pulls up, and I mean they're super nice about it. Hey, how's it going, man? I'm like, oh, hey, how's it going?
Yeah.
All right.
One finger wave.
Yeah. I mean, you try to be nice. I've only commented one time, and the only thing I said was, "Hey, man, you're a little tight," and I just went right past him. But I mean, we're talking half a cast. Like if I can pick the point on your body where I wanna send a jig, you're way too close. Like, if you're just minding your own business trying to get B-roll and like a buzzbait comes in on you, like
there's a story behind that.
You're too close. That's just the way. That's a good video. The sound is great on it.
Yeah. I accidentally put a buzzbait in Nick's lap a couple weeks ago when I was just trying to land it next to his boat. It was not my best cast ever.
Yeah, it was. I was like, oh God, please don't reel. And then realized I was actually videoing, like with my phone. I was like, oh, I got it on video. Woo!
Oh, you should have sent that to me. I could have shown it, but oh well, whatever.
Oh, I think I did. I think it's in our chat.
Oh, he sent it to his lawyer. That's where he sent it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But yeah, it was and I think a lot of it comes with maybe a little bit of ignorance. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean just not knowing, like, like I know when I was new to fishing just a couple of years ago, the things that you can see and the things that you can do and the things that, like, I always kind of was like, whoa, like when Trev would be like, hey, so how big was that fish? And you're like, damn, how'd you see that? Or he's like, hey, did you see this? And I'm like, no, I've never seen that. Like, like you hook a fish and you're like, oh, there was 4 big ones with it. Like when I first started, I was just happy to get a bite, dude. It didn't matter if it was a drum or a trout. It didn't matter. I was just happy to get bit. So I think some of that in time will get better for a lot of the newer guys.
I think that should be said. I don't think for certain.
I don't think anybody's doing it to be a dick.
Right. For newer people, right. I think they just don't know any better. I don't think there's any malicious intent behind it. So
now the boat guys that do it to you,
well,
that's most likely malicious. But if you see the comment right there, that is a great thing, because I can't tell you how many times a boat has buzzed in on me. They come in, they make their 5 to 7 casts, and they're out. And then as they're leaving, bite, go down 100 yards, bite, go down bite.
Yeah. Sometimes
I think that coming in there, and I stole this idea from another angler, and you know who you are. I think sometimes the boat actually stirs them up a little bit.
Yeah.
And gets them to fire. So don't always take it as a bad thing when a boat comes blasting in on you, because they're going to do it. And if they stick a big one in front of you, get ready. It's going to go in the box, and you're not going to have a shot at that fish.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those guys know better in the boats.
Yep. And Kyle, you're right. If someone does does do it, try to, again, considering who it is, if it's me or Straws or Nick, if we pull up and pull right in front of you, yeah, it's probably fair to say, what the fuck are you doing, dude? You know?
Right.
But if it's one of the new guys, say, hey, dude, you're a little bit close. Maybe can you go the other way, or, you know, be cool about it. Just make it a learning experience, you know?
Yeah, there's so many scenarios. It just, if you're a newbie and you don't know then if you don't know, then you don't know, right? So you can't yell at somebody, but you also there's so many situations, you know. I mean, one quick example is when I was fishing CKFC a couple years back. Alex Rojas was running for Angler of the Year. It was between him and somebody else, and I was fishing a point. It was at Trinidad, and Alex was working his way closer and closer to me. He was covering water pretty good, and I saw him coming, and I knew who it was. As soon as he got within verbal distance, I said to him, I said, "Hey man, you're leading Angler of the Year. I'm sort of in it, but I'm not. I'm still in this tournament. But you know what? Out of respect for you, I'm gonna bail off this point if you want it, right?" And he said to me, he's like, "No, you can fish right next to me, or you can leave, or do whatever you want." He goes, "It doesn't bother me." But at least I had the courtesy to know who he was. I knew his standings. I knew what he was fishing for, and it's show of respect more than it's show of anything, right? And I don't even have to like a person to do that for him. It's just common courtesy, respect. And then
and I can attest to that. Real quick, I can attest to that. Before I actually knew Jim very well, we were at a tournament, and I just hear, fuck. And so I turn around, I'm like, what? And he was like, "I had a spot in there I wanted to fish. Damn it." And he started taking off. I was like, no, come on, dude, come on. He was like, "Are you sure?" It's like, "Yeah, no, go ahead." He was like, "I just want to hit that a couple times." Great, come on. We had a quick talk about it, and it was over. Like, he didn't even pull like the, "Hey man, so I found a spot in here. Is it cool if I fish it?" He was ready to bounce. And just because I overheard him, I was like, "Come on, man, you're fine, dude. Trust me, you're not screwing me up at all." And he went in, he did his thing, and that was that. Usually that's all it takes.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
I mean, you know, like we said in the green room last week, Nick had no fish at Cedar Bluffs, and it was getting towards the end of the day. He had looked at the leaderboard to see who was in the lead, and he rolls up on a spot. This is our Nick right here. He rolls up on a spot, and he sees the top 5, top 3, or whatever. They were all in a row, kind of, and he's like, "Okay, those guys are fishing for spots. They're in the lead. I have nothing." He decided and chose to leave. Is that really the right thing to do? And Nick paid his money to fish. Nick paid the right to be there. Just because he doesn't have any fish at 1 o'clock doesn't mean he can't win this thing by 2 o'clock. Is that fair to Nick to bounce out of there? But you know what? He has the right to roll in on those people, but he did it out of respect. He backed off. He didn't even have the communication going, "Hey, can I squeak in between the two of you here?" He just left knowing who it was in that area. So there's so many situations, but it's all comes down to respect for the guy that's you're fishing around and where they are in that tournament, where they are in Angler of the Year, and how your one little move could screw up their whole entire year.
Yeah, and we can. This is something I think we should save for the full episode, but there's a whole different thing with 2-day tournaments. And who's leading on day 2, or in the hunt for the lead on day 2. There's a whole thing around that, but we'll save that. Arledge has got a good example here. Actually, Eric sort of leads into it. It's good Derby karma, and then Arledge says his favorite is when Chen rolled up on the same point in the state championship and asked to join me. Someone else rolled up and didn't ask. Guess who qualified? As soon as year, Arledge and Chen and me actually all qualified at Horsetooth. But yeah, it's the karma. It'll get you.
And also, guys, this would be the last thing I say on it. If you are leading and a boat comes in on you, I've done this before where I'm like, "Hey man, I'm in like the top 5 right now, and I've got 2 hours left. Are you cool if I go through here first?" Like, as they're passing you, like, hey, like, "Hey, I'm in the lead right now. Are you cool?" Or I'll ask them, "Hey, are you fishing? Yeah, how you doing?" If they're like, "I'm leading it," and if I'm having a crap day, I'll leave it for the boat guys.
I saw multiple people do that at Norton when we went up for the Cedar Bluff canceled day.
I did it.
When we went up to Norton, there was a boat tournament going on. Several of our guys, including you, a boat rode in, and you asked them, "Are you in the tournament?" "Yeah." "Okay, man, I'll get out of your way." And we gave them room.
And we all
were just there fun fishing. Yeah. So it's just
one good story is same thing at Norton again. It was last year. It was before I screamed, and I screamed down that whole entire when I caught that 17 and a quarter. I thought I won it. I was across the lake.
I thought you did too.
I was across the lake, and I decided to take a beeline to this one spot and hit this one area. And I'm like, okay, I've got 15 minutes left. I'm going to that area. I'm going to make 5 casts. If it happens, it doesn't. I start going over there, and the ranger pulls me over in my kayak while I'm going across the lake at Norton. And I didn't stop for him. I just kept going. I kind of went like this and pointed, like, come up next to me. And I kept my motor on. I was pedaling. He's like, hey, just checking to see if you have a license. I said, hey, man, I said, I got 15 minutes left in the tournament. I'm in second place. I could win this thing. I'm going right over to that spot. I'm going to make 5 casts. I will show you everything in 15 minutes. Follow me, do it. And he's like, you know what? He goes, have a good day. And he peeled off and he left. That was a ranger that did that. So that little bit of communication, showing what I was expecting. I was hoping he would let me go and not pull me over because he could have chewed up my 15 minutes and that would have been that. But communication is key.
Yep. Eric says there's a clip of Leo saying, I'm not fucking leaving. That's me. I don't know who Leo is. That's the story I think we need to hear.
I think he's talking about Leo.
Yeah.
Oh, I think he's talking about Leo DiCaprio, where he's like Wolf of Wall Street, where he's like, I'm not fucking leaving. That's what I.
Oh, it could have been.
Yes, that's what he's saying. That's what he's. You got it, Nick. You speak Wookiee apparently, so good for you.
Well.
David Reeker's in the house. What's up, David?
What's going on, David?
All right, I think that's good for etiquette because, like I said, we're going to bounce around tonight, just quick hits. But I want to go back a couple comments. Before we got onto this, Corey wanted to know what the straw's game changer for the Cedar Bluff tournament was. And I think you talked about it. Did you talk about it on the podcast or in the green room?
I might have talked about it on the podcast, but
it was basically bank fishing, right?
Yeah, basically what I was going to do is I was going to go out, and if you had called it when there was going to be, or if you said the tournament was on and it was 30-mile-an-hour winds, I was not going to go south and hide from the wind like the other 19 people because I know where we all would be. I was just going to launch my kayak as an empty kayak with 4 rods, my drive, and my power pole. And I was going to launch on the windy side, not the right, straight, hammered, wayward side, off to the side a little bit. And I was literally just going to pedal out, go over a little bit, put the nose of the kayak on the shore, drop my power pole. So now the ass end is pinned and the front end is pinned. And I was just going to grab my rods. They're not even sticking up in the back. I don't even have my battery box, nothing. And I was just going to pretend like I was fishing the shore. I could literally step out of my kayak and I could have stepped in 6 inches of water. That was going to be my plan. And I was just going to pull out and leapfrog my way down around a windy shore and a windy bank just to be, quote, legal in the tournament to be in my kayak. That's probably a little tip that I probably shouldn't give out because that is a technique that I've seen work. I've done it in my bass boat before, power pole down and put the nose on the shore, fish an area. The fish love the wind. So I don't know. Give it a shot. If somebody ever wins a tournament or does well doing it, let me know. I'd love to hear it.
I think that's something we need to talk about in the off season, adding to the rules. I think we touched on this a little bit last week, but maybe we add something where you can fish. You can fish out of your kayak, but you have to be tethered to it. Kind of like the Susky tournaments where they allow them to drag their. I don't know, something to think about. I honestly I don't care because I'm not gonna do it either way, but it's something to think about.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
So yeah, that was his big secret, Corey. His big secret was bank fishing.
Pretty much. That was going to be
walk in the bank.
Yeah.
With my kayak, just
stand in the kayak
and exactly. I don't care if it took waves over the ass end and I had to billage it out. Then I'd move away and then I go again. I'm safe. I'm on the shore, but I'm legally in my kayak. And I know those fish are out there. They're right out in the wind. And like I said, I'm not talking a 3-foot roller side. get off to the side a little bit, get those 1-footers, 2-footers maybe, or whatever. But shore fishing from my kayak basically is what I was going to do.
Yep. Arla just got a question here. Interested to hear what TD and Prez think the goal of our club is. You want to start? You want me to start?
Go ahead. I blabber enough.
I mean, I'm kind of going off what you've told me in the past, which I agree with, I guess. And our anglers to fish the national championship, fish the Bassmaster National Series, just to be the best anglers that they can be. That's sort of a pie in the sky, I guess, sort of goal. Just not fish the same waters all the time, and just sort of get out of Colorado to prepare our anglers for going out of state. But really the practical goal is to just have a fun club, just to have a club that people feel has integrity. They know they're not getting screwed over. They know there's no funny business going on with the money or the rules. It's a good group of anglers. There's no drama or very little drama. Just to run a good, clean club that people enjoy fishing. That's the meat and potatoes goal. That's my answer.
And I'd have to agree with that. When I first started this club, that was my goal, is to create opportunities. That was number one. And what I mean by opportunities is Colorado Kayak Fishing Club is affiliated, or was, or may still be affiliated with KBF. Well, when BASS gave us the opportunity to have a state club, I took that and opened up this club here for an opportunity for people to fish other options, another club, another series. Not only that, the second thing is the reason I chose to travel so much for the club is because, like Flanagan said, I want to make you all better anglers. Sure, we could become good out here in Colorado, but let's face it, we don't have the grass, the trees, the submerged timber, all the stuff that makes juicy bass fishing juicy. We need to go elsewhere. And then I figured if we're going to go elsewhere, it's going to prepare us for the opportunities that are going to come up by fishing Bassmaster, going to Texas, going to Missouri, going to these places in North Carolina, Tennessee, Chickamauga. So it was all about, for me, it was opportunity and growing us as anglers and hoping it opens up our horizons for more techniques. You become more adverse angler, more rounded, right? Not just one technique where you're drop shotting, using finesse techniques, and sitting out in the middle on a point somewhere in a highland reservoir.
Yep, absolutely. Nick, you got anything to add to that? Even though the question wasn't for you, because who the hell are you? But
yeah, I'm a nobody. Arledge knows. That's why he was like, Arledge just sends me like, hey, you want to get on this swim bait drop?
He just wants your money,
Oh, I'm not paying him. He just pays somebody else in that fix. That way, if he's out at a tournament and he's like, oh man,
needs to hit that minimum shipping charge.
Yeah, you got a Chad dog. No, for me, the reason I joined the club is because somebody said, if you want to go against the best that are solely focused on a tournament and making the national event, come over here and get beat up, but good luck. Yep. And I was not ready for all of that when I signed up. But I am a big, all the cliche crap, iron sharpens iron and blah, blah, blah. I am the white belt that will get choked out over and over and over until I figure it out. So that's kind of why I joined the club, because I wanted to get better. And there's I can tell you this, if you want to get better and you're sitting on the fence about it, join CKFC, CKB, any of them, monthlies, whatever you can do.
ABF monthlies,
Competing will make you better, period.
The
cool thing about both clubs is, especially the local clubs here, if you're on the fence or you don't have a piece of equipment or you're not sure, almost always somebody will be like, I got one, you can borrow it. I've let people borrow boards, baits on the water. I mean, Alex is like, when I first started, I didn't even know him. He's like, got a limit? And you're like, no. And he's like, try this. Like, he wouldn't even play around. He would tell you exactly what to do. And there's a lot of guys like that in our clubs. Now on CKB on tournament day, if you go up, you know, hey man, can I borrow some sugar craws? You better know that guy, or whatever.
Never heard of him.
Somebody might give it to you. You never know.
Never heard of him.
You know what I mean? Like, so you just never know. But I can guarantee if I rolled up to Strawbridge, and was like, dude, I'm out of this. Do you got any? My guess is if he had some, depending on where we are in the standings, collectively, Strawbridge. I
was just gonna say.
To me. and Strawbridge and I, for some reason, whenever I get near the top, he's right there, just ready to knock me down a peg. I think because we've had that camaraderie a bunch of times together, I think he would give it to me. I think he would just hand it to me and go get ready. Like, if you're gonna win it, win it. Let's do it.
That's exactly it right there. That's it right there. I want to beat you when you're at your best, or I want you to beat me when you're at your best. I don't want to not give you a bait that you're not going to catch fish, and then I win with little asterisks next to my name. No, I want you to continue that pattern. I want you to put them in the boat, and then it's my job to continue kicking your ass if I am even. I don't know.
But I mean, I would love to see the club get.
He would give you the bait. Straws is like an M&M that's been in your pocket too long. He's got that hard shell, but he's soft and gooey on the inside. All right, I promise.
I like that.
But yeah, that's what I would say. No, that's not true,
Eric.
I think it is true in Eric's. I think it is true in Eric's case. Again,
I disagree.
The nicest guy in the world.
I think if you went for if you were like, Eric, I need a. And said that, and he had one, I think he would, because he's another one that's like, I mean, he posts it on.
If it was on his Instagram, hook, yes. If it was a croaker hook, he would give you 10 packs. If
he's
it
like,
was
check your hooks, boys, because I want to beat you at your best.
If it was a fat Ica, he might say, "You're not supposed to know about that bait. Get the fuck out of here."
Oh, are you in trouble?
No, that was one I think that somebody brought up at a tournament, and Anyway, I shouldn't have said it. Sorry.
No,
Eric.
but that's the long form answer to that. But that's kind of what I would like to see the club is essentially, and it counterdicts my comments from last week. Oh yes, he did.
Yeah, sorry. I was trying to think of something else that I could say, but that was the one that came to mind, and I shouldn't have said it. Sorry.
But that's what I would like to see from the club is a concerted effort for whoever qualifies for the national championship, that being a big driver for the club, because that's one of the big aspects of this club is qualifying for that event.
Yep.
And if you can't do that, like, you know, maybe this isn't the place for you.
That's why I really hope, and I don't know how much we've talked about this publicly, but I know it's out there, so I don't mind saying it. But I really hope Bassmaster, the national series, changes the qualification criteria to an AOY format rather than a one event top 10%. I think it should be top 10% of your club based on AOY points. If we have 50 members, the top 5 in AOY get to go. I don't know.
So
yeah, I would agree with that.
What about the clubs like Brian Johnson in Nebraska that don't have a series? They just have a qualifier.
Yeah.
Is it
better put something together? Get your shit together,
or
Brian.
That one event that's for AOY.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
got a one event
that,
season.
be like, this is the one
AOY or a qualifier. Maybe AOY or a qualifier. Your state chooses one or the other.
You got to declare it at the beginning of the season. You got to say we're an AOY club or we're a qualifier club.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a way to do it too. Corey says Straw's playing was parking his shit in front of all those kids fishing the derb. Yep, that's right. There was a kids derby going on that
their
weekend.
lines, stealing their bobbers. That's freaking
hey, let me take a picture of that fish, kid. like doing that.
Yep.
Well, I will
All
say
right.
this
Go
real
ahead.
quick while we're kind of on an open subject about that. I had, I'll be straight up. I don't think he minds me saying, Tim Fyrax here who
Yep.
watches this, he reached out to me a couple conversations and he's interested or would like to see a small little series put together for Wyoming. I don't know if that's going to happen. I don't know where, it's off season. We've had our qualifier. We got some time to think about what's going on, but I'm going to throw it out there that, hey, maybe I coordinate with the CKB and we coordinate WKB. And maybe when CKB isn't fishing some tournaments, maybe we could squeak in some stuff in Wyoming that's close for everybody and put a little tournament series together up there if there's some interest for it. Once again, I don't think it's worth it to do it if 6 people are going to show up. But if we could consistently get 12 to 17 and keep it somewheres close or in Wyoming someplace, or even if we snuck out to Angostura, which is right outside of Wyoming and South Dakota, maybe
Yep.
Ox Butte, which is right in the panhandle of Nebraska right there, and then hit some Wyoming stuff as well. So there's some talk about other options moving forward. But once again, guys, it's all about opportunities.
Yep. I think that would be a good idea. I think it'd be awesome. Kenny's got a good point. The Opens are powered by AOY to make it to the championship. Should be the same for the state clubs. I agree. I agree. All right. Next topic. And this is one I'm interested to get some opinions on because I'm in the thick of working on next year's schedule. Where do we go in June? Or do we push June back to late June? Because we do not do well in June. We've had some tough tournaments at Red Willow in June. We've had a tough Swanson in June. We've had Elwood in June. And now this year, Cedar Bluff in June. And they just fish tough. I don't know if it's post-spawn timing. I don't know what you guys tell me. You guys are more experienced than me, or Straws or Eric, Kenny. What is it with early June where we get such tough tournaments in Nebraska and Kansas? What do you think? Do we need to go later? Because we always do early June.
Right. I think we're in a transition at that point. There's so many patterns.
Yeah.
There's so many patterns available. He does always say boy, doesn't he?
He always says he's just messing with me. I know he's needling me.
But you know what? To his defense, he's not wrong. Boyd would fish pretty damn good in June, but you've got to be prepared for if you're going in that south end, you're going to get hammered.
If it has water. It also has to have water.
Right. And if it doesn't have water, you're still going to get hammered. It doesn't matter. You're just going to get hammered by dirty, strung up, nasty mud water that's been stirred up by the guys doing circles for the last 26 weeks. But anyway, I think our problem there is it's timing. We're in a pattern where northern Nebraska fish could be spawning. Southern Nebraska, the fish could be post-spawn. There's just that little geographical difference moving up and down. And in the beginning of June is just it's a multi-pattern thing where there are fish still on beds. There's fish that are moving on beds. There's fish that have post-spawned. And there's fish that are possibly maybe guarding fry, depending on what part of June. So, and I don't know if you would think that would give us more opportunities to catch fish because the multiple patterns, but you got to remember the thought process of those fish. If there's a fish on a bed and you get anywhere near him, he hears you or sees you, he's going to bolt off that bed. So now you're not even able to visually catch that fish. If you're casting up on that fish and you can get him to come off the bed, that's great. But what about that roamer that's guarding the fry, right? So you're killing yourself with one pattern to fish by spooking the fish off the other pattern by the pattern you're currently fishing. So it's just a tough time of year, I think. Personally, I think we need to go either more north or go more south. Or honestly, look what you just did on your video at Chatfield in June in Colorado. We are post-spawn. Those fish have set up. They have guarded the fry. Now they're out moving towards their summer pattern. They're more predictable on those main lake secondary points. They're in that feed mode because they starved when they were just chasing bait and protecting the fry. So maybe Colorado fishes a little better in June.
that brings up Kyle Morse has an interesting idea. Move Pueblo to June and do Kansas in May.
Yeah.
Which I like. That's not a bad. I mean, originally this year we were supposed to be in Norton in May until the whole championship nonsense happens. But that's not a bad idea.
And let me
and
say
then
this
also
too.
You're looking at like Cedar Bluff could have been a really, really good tournament. I really do think that the weather played hell on that tournament because we had all the crazy tornado alley like super storms coming through, and that's like we all. I mean, I laughed about it in the hotel room with both the Matts. Like we came to Kansas in the first week of June, and we weren't thinking it was going to be windy.
Yeah.
Like, how dumb are we?
Yeah.
Like,
I
of
was
course
just going to say that. Yes.
It's Kansas. How windy
but
is it?
we've always gone out of state in June.
Yeah.
And maybe it's time to switch that up, you know.
I agree.
Eric says McPhee. Eric also says Navajo. Both.
Yep. Both Colorado lakes.
Yeah. Both Colorado lakes that are being looked at. I don't know. Navajo fished really tough for the New Mexico guys a couple weeks ago. I don't know anything about that lake, but I know they were fishing down at the southern end. I've heard the Colorado side of Navajo is dog shit. But the New Mexico guys launched from the dam area. They did not put up good numbers. So, but that's New Mexico guys. Us Colorado guys, obviously we'd put up 90 inches. So,
Obviously.
Oh man, here we go.
See, I'm talking shit for the Trinidad event. I'm going to stir up some shit for this Trinidad event.
Yeah. Before that Trinidad event, we should have Ramey on the podcast.
I thought about that. It would have to be next week, I guess, wouldn't it?
Kinda. Yeah, I think so.
Next week or the following week. Yeah, I'll talk to him, see if he wants to come on. Yep.
But Nick is 100% right about that April, May, beginning of June in that Nebraska, Kansas timeframe. It can get windy. So maybe just the thought moving forward, if we decide to go back there, maybe let's not, and this is something the board can talk about, is maybe we only do a one day event on the weekend, but we pull a permit, like for instance at Cedar Bluffs. It would have been a one day, but it's going to be Saturday or Sunday. We pull a permit for both and we'll fish the better day. And then there's no makeup. There's no dealing. You're back at the same lake. Just pull a permit, fish one day, pick your best day. And if we have to eat the $25 for the second permit, that's just part of doing business. It's cheaper as the club to keep our members happy.
That's something that one of my 10 mock schedules that I've put together. I've got too many. But a couple of them, I thought about doing that, of not doing, at least trying it for a season, not doing a back-to-back, not doing a 2 days at Cedar Bluff or 2 days at Norton. Just doing one, because give people, there's pros and cons, because you figure you spend the gas money to get out there. Let's get as much fishing as we can. The other side is, people want Sunday to drive home. They got to get back to work on Monday. So what do you do? So that's something I was going to bring up at the October meet or whatever the off-season meeting is. Do we maybe want to try no more for one season at least? No two out-of-staters in one weekend. I'm kind of thinking we might try that next season. Chen's saying put Trinidad back on the list. Best numbers. I still feel like we're outgrowing Trinidad, but it is a possibility. I love Trinidad too. I'm a fan of Trinidad. We are outgrowing it though. I kind of feel like sometimes. He's saying he just jumped in. Maybe Glen Elder on the list. Glen Elder is on the list. I mean, it's not a definite we're going there, but it's on most of my mock schedules. Glen Elder looks really cool. It's on the very far end of, as far as I'm willing to send us, it's about 6 hours from Denver. That's as far as I really want to go. I don't want to go any more than 6 hours, I don't think. But yeah, Glen Elder, I'm putting a real hard look on Glen Elder. It's got the river you can fish. It's got main lake stuff. It could be cool. So
Well, and then you got to look too, like what is the distance that people are willing to go?
Right.
Like for me, if it's within 8 hours,
right,
piece of cake, I'm in.
Yep.
10 to 12 is like that.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you're going 12, you can get to Havasu.
You can get to Texas at 12.
You can
get to OHIV in 11. You can get to
08.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you can get to 10 killer. Like you can open up a lot of lakes, but again, you're a local club going 12 hours.
Yeah, you'll get 10.
Like,
10 to 12. Yeah.
If that.
Oh, Eric likes the limiting it to one because he never goes to Kansas with us. But we better see.
I'm glad he doesn't.
Yeah, well, you just said the quiet part out loud. You said the quiet part out loud, Nick. We're not supposed to say that, but yes.
The more the merrier. Right?
You know, to Chen's point, about Glen Elder, or otherwise known as Wakanda. That's the situation there, Matt, where we pull a permit for Saturday, we pull a permit for Sunday, we put it on the weekend we choose, and whatever happens, Saturday's the primary and Sunday is the makeup, right? So if for some reason Saturday is crappy, we're right there. We go Sunday and we just head home afterwards. Maybe we could fish till 1 and be out of there since it's a Sunday thing. And then that gives us a little more time. Get done with the awards as fast as possible. Great seeing you all. Boom, we all got to head out.
Yep. Well, the good thing about Kansas is they don't care they don't make us pull a second permit for Sunday. Norton and Cedar Bluff, both of them,
nice.
$25 for the whole weekend. They're not, they don't care. It's awesome.
Do they do a by angler too?
No,
Norton?
nothing like that. $26.
So just call
That's
it.
That's it.
Yep. So maybe the thing is I'm just going to say this right out here for the whole world and the members. Matt, moving forward, maybe we just pull permits for both days whenever we go out to Kansas or to Nebraska, just since it doesn't cost us anything, just to cover our butt.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think we probably should.
Speaking of that, real quick. Sorry to interrupt. We were gonna touch on something about Norton, on our makeup day. What happens, and I'm not trying to kick the dead horse. What happens this Sunday on the 16th is our makeup day for Cedar Bluffs. What happens if Sunday makeup day is windy, lightning, thunder, and it's very dangerous, and we call that? What are we doing next?
We're going to pull our permit for Cedar Bluff in September.
So we're going to go back to the original place and go back to Cedar Bluffs in a September timeframe.
Yep. And if the whole weekend at Norton gets blown out because of wind or weather, we go 2 days in Cedar Bluff in September. Does that sound good? Does that sound right? Am I on the right track?
Yes, that makes the most sense for our anglers. It's cost effective and it makes sense.
This motherfucker. Look at this.
Poor Boyd. And my comment wasn't because I don't like Eric. It's because he's going to take our money if he goes to.
We're going to hold a tournament at Boyd. We're going to hold a tournament Boyd, but Eric's the only one.
We're not going to tell him.
Yeah. No. He's the only one. That's right. So he can win first. He can get his own AOY points. He can yell at everybody. He can even race nobody to his first spot.
No, what we do is we only invite Eric and Leslie.
And
so
Leslie,
I was just going to say
the same thing. We'll send his kryptonite out there and have her be like, "Take that, honey."
Or brands. Yeah. We can send brands out to Boyd.
Exactly.
Hey, is there any opposition? Any opposition of anybody fishing on a Friday if we do a June tournament in Colorado? Let's take the whole week off limits and we'll go to Pueblo on a Friday and we can bail. That way we're not dealing with the boats. We could go to Chatfield on a Friday. We could do a Friday. If you're going to take a day off anyways, use a personal time for 1 or 2 of our tournaments throughout the year.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We got them. We finally got some.
There goes our sponsorships.
Yep.
Jump down in the comments, Eric. Come see us.
Yep. Yeah, for anybody joining late, there is a link way back in the comments. I put a link that brings you into this studio. If you want to show your face and say hi or tell us we're full of shit, feel free. It's there if you want it, or just snipe at us from the comments. That's fine too. But we really didn't. Did we decide anything on what to do for June? I mean, I guess it's gonna be up to me as the schedule maker. You know, Straws is awesome at giving advice on making the schedule, but he's pushing me to sort of take that on. But
well, and we did that episode about a month ago too, where the episode I think was "Where Do We Fish in 2027?"
Yeah,
that was on May 20th. So I mean, we've got there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's like 15 or 20 lakes in that episode alone. So
yeah,
I mean, it looks like we've got a lot of.
What prompted this was just Cedar Bluff being tough again. And I started looking back. Every time early June, we go to Nebraska or Kansas, and we've been just getting our asses kicked.
And it's been both clubs too. Elwood, Red Willow. We haven't done a Norton early, but we got beat up a little bit at Norton in May. But
we did this Cedar Bluff weekend when the 10 of us went up on the day that was canceled at Cedar Bluff.
Yeah. I mean,
it was not lights out at Norton.
No.
I didn't get a limit.
No.
I only got 4 fish.
Oh, I caught a limit.
Yeah, you caught a limit. Yeah.
I caught a limit.
I was pretty happy because I did pretty good. I was real close to beating Love All on that deal.
Yeah.
And I was like, ooh, confidence is high. And then Cedar
Nicky's
Bluff,
getting his mojo back. Yeah.
No, that didn't happen. Spoiler alert, 0.
Eric likes a Friday alert. Friday.
I agree.
But that's because Eagle Claw is closed on Fridays. So
I just
go back.
Yeah.
If we did every tournament on Friday, I'd be like, come on, guys. Like, help a brother out that only gets, a limited amount of time off.
Right.
Which is me. Which is why I was a little bit late getting into the podcast, into the backside of the podcast, because I work. I work a lot of hours. So,
yeah.
But yeah, I think one tournament on a Friday, especially if we're going to do it in that early summer, late spring, because if you didn't know, in Colorado, it turns into the rollerbladers on the water everywhere.
Yeah.
So that's paddle boarders, jet skiers, wakeboarders, sailboat dudes. They're just all
the party barges that all tie up at Pueblo, and they take that one cove on that cut where all those fish hang out in the summer, and they just drop their giant anchors and tie their ropes to the trees on the shore. I'm talking $250,000 to $2 million boats, and 6 of them tied up next to each other, just taking up the whole sweep of the cove. Like you can't even get in there.
Yeah.
Right. It's ridiculous. But my point is I think to make it fair, so someone like Strawbridge, who owns his own business, can make his own hours, I think we put it off limits that week. So when we go Friday, everybody's got the same shot. Strawbridge isn't down there since Tuesday working on the fish, and everybody else has to go to work.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's something to think about.
Who said that?
Corey says thinks the schedules are fine. We just need a new weather guy. Oh, is that a shot?
That is. Corey has done nothing but take shots at me ever since I screwed that weather call up. It's okay.
But he says 20 possible 20 mile an hour winds shouldn't stop tourneys. We're adults with basically boats. See, I get your point, and as a competitor, I agree. Yeah, like the Kansas guy, like Organic was saying last week, we just fucking go. If it's windy, we just go.
Yep.
So there is something to be said for that. Corey followed up though. He says we have weather. So.
I like that he's spelling it correctly though too.
Yes, exactly.
I do appreciate that.
Yeah.
So everybody, like, before you don't give Corey any crap for not spelling weatherman correctly. That's because my name is spelled that way.
That's how we do it.
So I do appreciate that.
He's so sick. I guess I think he's talking about a Friday tournament, I'm guessing.
Or replacement Friday. I'm not sure he could be on that train.
Yeah. I think if we did a Friday, I guess Pueblo would work too, but Chatfield seems like a good spot for a Friday tournament just because it's so
central.
So central. Yeah. Like Pueblo's far for the North guys.
Yeah.
Chatfield on a Friday might be a good option. Yep. Eric's saying, seeing dude dump at Red Willow changed his perspective. Yeah. But that's I don't know.
The off limits.
The off limits would be sick. Right.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree.
I think that makes it fair. I mean, when you're doing a Friday event, I mean, even a Saturday event, I don't think our club should be an off limits to every tournament, because a lot of us still use going to Norton and Cedar Bluffs as a fun weekend. They take a Thursday off. We can go Thursday, Friday, right? It's fun. But every now and then we are a competitive club just by nature, all of us in this club. And we don't want someone to have a huge advantage. We want to keep it on a level playing field as well.
Yeah.
To which Kenny said, should have bought a Hobie. That's funny.
I'm not saying it. All right. Oh, we lost Nikki.
The
Something
weather has gone dark.
Yeah. No, I bet something happened outside. He does that when something happens at his house. But there he is.
I'm back. Sorry about that.
It's all right. That's all right. What's her name?
What's that?
I said, what's her name?
Hobie.
Okay. Gotcha. So we're getting up there in time, so I don't want to go too much longer. I think we'll stay away from forward-facing sonar or urchin baits. That's talk to death. Again, if I have to see one more video of someone rigging an urchin bait on a frog hook, it's enough already. Leslie, Eric tries to boss me around when it's windy. Something tells me he try is the key word in that sentence. He tries bossing you around.
It's because he knows that chocolate will get caught in the wind and it might not hit him.
Yep.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
I'm going to say we'll stay away from urchin baits and forward-facing sonar, but I do want to talk about what I mentioned last week. What about an I-25 Roadrunner in one of our off months, non-AOY, no AOY points, no trophies. It won't cost the club any money. No trophies, just a money pot event. Maybe even a high dollar event, maybe, $100, $150 buy-in. Since there's no trophies, I don't know. But tell me what's wrong with that idea. There's two ways you could do it. You could do just the lakes where we regularly have tournaments: Horsetooth, Boyd, Chatfield, Pueblo, Trinidad. Or do you open it up to add in some oddballs like Carter, Quincy, Aurora? I don't know if Brush Hollow is too far off the beaten path, but I'm trying to think of somewhere down south for the South guys. But I wouldn't want it to be a free for all where you can go anywhere. Then it's just an online event. But so I think it should be a limited number of lakes. But do we limit it to the tournament lakes or add in a few oddballs? What's the downside to that idea? Do you guys think? Or
Go ahead, Nick.
Is it the perfect freaking idea?
I love the idea, but then
shout out to Kyle Morse and Caden Miller. They're the ones that hit me up when we were talking about what to do for the Makeup CB event. They said, "What about something like that?" And I was like, "No, not for this one." But then it sparked my idea, like, "Well, shit, maybe we do that something like that next season, but not AOY, because for AOY points, you want everybody on the same body of water, but just for a fun event in the off season." What do we think?
I dig it. The big thing's going to be, getting enough bodies of water for the amount of people that we have won't be a problem. Because if you put 4 lakes on there, that would divide it up enough. But for me, I think the challenge in planning that, if I was planning it, would be, are you just going to end up with everybody at the same lake? Because the lakes you picked, the other 3... you know what I mean, are smaller fish lakes where, you end up with, for example, we had really good numbers out of Trinidad for the CKFC event. So do you end up with everybody at a lake that's trending, because lakes will, they kind of ebb and flow. Sometimes lakes are doing really good and sometimes they're on the bottom trend. Pueblo's been on the uptrend for a long time. It's probably going to take a hit this year with lower water. Trinidad's kind of been on kind of hovering, but man, it showed out this year.
I was going to say,
me, but for everybody else it did. I had a tiny little limit, but I went and tried some dumb stuff that I knew was kind of dumb, but I know at some point that's going to pay off, and I'm going to look like a pimp.
Well, that's the thing. You'd say small fish lakes, and I know what you mean. Like, of those lakes, most people would say, well, yeah, Horsetooth's the small fish lake. Brands put up almost 90 inches on Horsetooth this season.
Right,
right.
So
and where's the
people talk about Boyd, but I know Boyd can put up some big fish numbers.
Yep.
Boyd can put up some big numbers.
Oh yeah.
You just have to hit it right, and you gotta kind of know that one. I don't know it, but I know I've caught some really good fish in Boyd practicing.
I know exactly how to remedy that situation. All fish count over 12 inches.
Oh,
you can go to Horsetooth and put up 160 inches of 12. Yes, sir. A Roadrunner MLF unlimited fish. So if someone wants to go to Horsetooth and catch 50 12s, and someone wants to go down to Trinidad and catch 6 19s, woohoo, you know.
I'll even put another step in there. What about launching the Roadrunner shotgun style from a parking lot?
Oh shit! Then we're getting into.
Then you're getting
accidents and
speeding tickets.
Then you're getting
crazy. Get the turbo diesel kicking in.
Oh shit!
Ken's gonna show up in that little turboed out Subi that he had. Like,
OB flapping in the back right there.
Yeah. Doing a CKB cannonball run right there. Yep. Yeah. Everybody went to Trinidad. See, I think that makes sense, but you know, we're all seeing what Chatfield has been doing lately.
Yeah.
We saw what Brands going to get good. We just saw what Brands did at Horsetooth. I've never seen this, but Straws and a couple other people say Carter can put out 90 inches.
Aurora.
So, yeah, I think we
Quincy.
could. Quincy. That's why I'm wondering, do we put Quincy and Aurora on there? You know, there would be a few people at Quincy, I can guarantee. I'd probably be one of them, honestly.
Quincy, I like Quincy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Quincy's a good fishery. For sure.
Yeah.
100%.
But if you hit that one at a weird time, it's got all that green slime everywhere and it's hard to fish. So
Yep. 100%. So with all of that being said, I'll come up with another not so good, maybe good idea. And there's two parts to this. The first part's probably not going to come over too popular, but it might. Has CKB, and I know I have, when I was running it alone before I got help, would CKB ever consider doing a monthly tournament? Doing a monthly. Here's the deal, though. The judge, whether that's Matt or myself, or we decide to sub it out to somebody, if it's not somebody in Colorado, they can have the GPS locations. But if Matt and I are going to judge the monthly fish and okay them, and we're still going to participate, we got to have Turney X and Dwayne shut the GPS locations off for us.
Yep.
Or just even general anybody. Say we find, Alex Rojas isn't fishing it that month or whatever, and we get him to do it. I don't want Alex to have the waypoints from all the people in their little honey holes. So shut the waypoints down and potentially do a monthly sometime in July. I don't know, $25 a person or something. We could do a monthly. No GPS waypoints for the judge.
I actually thought about doing that early, or like in the off season before the season started, almost as a, this makes it sound a little cheesy, but almost as a fundraiser for the club.
Yeah.
Just to get a little money in the club's pocket, you know. There'd be a payout
idea.
But, you know.
Yeah. Take 10% off the top or something.
Yeah.
So if we get $1,000, we keep 100. Not me and Matt.
I would totally I would totally get into something like that. I also like I think GPS waypoints should be off all the time. The only thing they should know is that it got caught on that body of water. That's all they should know. I think there has been some gaming in the past on probably every level, like every like every club in the nation. I'm not just saying in Colorado, where guys have gotten good because of it. It gives them that little edge. Some guys have a lot of integrity and they wouldn't use that information, and I think some guys would.
Yep. I can tell you, in fact, I could probably bring up Tourney X right now and share the screen, except I don't know what else is on there, so I don't want to do that. But I have myself as a judge on every event, just so if there's any question on a fish, I have to be able to go in and verify. And of course, I like to verify the money winners before we give out money.
Yeah.
But you can see my settings. I don't give myself full access. When you set a judge, you can give full access or restricted access. I forget what the second one is called. One they can see the waypoints, one they can't. I don't give myself the waypoints, and I just have to assume they were caught in the right body of water, because I'm not going to check it. Because I did actually last season when I helped you judge event, or maybe it was even 2 seasons ago, but at this point, I did the waypoints were on. I saw the waypoints, and I was like, I don't like seeing this. Yeah, no, I don't like seeing it.
It screws me up for my game plan and
now
my
I
style
feel like
of fishing.
Now I feel like I can't go to that. I know that's where Chen was fishing. Now I'll just feel weird if I go there. So I didn't like seeing it. So I turned it off for myself.
100%. And here's something that nobody thinks about too. How many of these judges that judge for national events that are judging for Lake Fork, and then they're judging for Table Rock, and then are they gathering those and they potentially selling them to people for future events to their buddies? Like, if I was a national judge for something and I kept collecting waypoints from Lake Fork and from Chickamauga, and then all of a sudden I knew there was a tournament going on there, could I sell that to the bass boat guys? Could I reach out to Trey McKinney and say, hey, bro, give me $1,000? I got legit waypoints where 18 pounders were freaking caught at Lake Fork or something.
It made me wonder, and I'm sure Steve Owens was Johnny on the spot with it. I have no reason to say he did anything nefarious at all. But that tournament that went out a couple days before the national event at Chick.
Yeah. The Tennessee Nation was there.
Yeah. Like, did some of the Tennessee Nation guys that were fishing Chick, did they have that information?
Yeah.
And because most of the guys that probably made it to Chick through the Tennessee Nation, they're probably tournament directors, and they're probably in the know with what's happening in Tennessee kayak fishing. And you got to wonder, were all the waypoints on, and he and some of those competitors got a free look at the lake? Because when you're talking 80 miles from dam to last launch, that's a lot of water to break down. And now I don't think Steve Owens would do that. He seems like a really good guy. His integrity's always been as high as it can be in my eyes. But you gotta wonder.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like Eric said, Eric's got a lot of integrity, and he is a guy that's like, find your own fish, loser. And he even said, I might use it. Like, he said it right there in the comments. I use that. Like, and it's, I honestly don't think he really would, but yeah, that little asterisk that you talked about earlier, Jim, that's one of my favorite things. Like, I don't want to win because of a rule or a circumstance. And you gotta be happy with how you win. I completely agree, Leslie. Like, for me, I'm not gonna sell my integrity for the couple $100 that I might win if I win.
Yeah.
Like, right. Like Josh was saying, he was net negative getting second. Is your integrity for sale when it still cost you money? Like, no way.
Yeah.
No, and then let's look at it from a standpoint from a judge. Let's say I did collect all the waypoint. I get them as the judge, and I have the opportunity to look at them all at Norton. Now I go back and I have a style. I've fished Norton pretty well the last couple of years. Is it luck? Is it skill? I don't know. I just have a decent record there. So now I go back and I got all these waypoints from you guys, let's say, and I'm collecting them. Now I go, oh, it seems like all the fish are being caught in here, Flanagan's and Eric's and Matt and blah. I'm just going to go there and fit. And I wind up skunking. That information actually wound up hurting me to get that information because I tried to take advantage of the information and it didn't pan out. Like Matt chasing his 6-pounder by the beaver dam. I can bet you $1 bazillion you're never going to catch that 6-pounder on that beaver dam again. Right?
Nope.
Maybe you will. I don't know. But it's just sometimes too much information could skew somebody as well. And it's not always beneficial.
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely.
Well, and that's karma. Like if you look at all of them and you skunk, that's karma.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah. No, I turn them off for myself or for if we ever have anybody in state judging, I turn it off.
Yes.
I don't mind saying who judges for us. I can say who judges for us, right? Not in state.
I say you love it.
Our out of state.
Oh, yeah, we hire a company. Yeah.
Yeah, Josh Booth has a company called, I think, Go Fish something or other, where he judges for honestly a pretty small fee. So Josh Booth, who runs Moyak, who runs the All American, he judges our tournaments, and he's never going to fish a college. I mean, he's not going to come fish one of our tournaments. So I turn it on for him so he can see that we're all on the same body of water.
Yes.
On the times when he's not available or we have somebody local, I don't give him full access. So we're just going to have to trust that they caught him on, because what are the chances somebody at our club's going to go pull one out of Quincy when they're supposed to be on Chatfield? You know, it's very low chance. So I'm willing to take the chance and not give them the ability to see where the fish was caught.
And I say if that does happen, they get publicly addressed.
Yes.
Right here.
Yep.
100%.
Hey, we had a problem.
Get caught cheating on my watch, because I will blast you. I will blast you to the point where I'm going to have to get a lawyer so I don't slander you. You could sue me for slander, right? So you just got to watch what you do as well. So you can't blast people. You've got to be a professional about it, but you got to get your point across as well.
I think I've heard it. I want to say I've heard Dwayne Wally talking about it's something that they've looked at or they are looking at, but there is the technology out there where you can sort of set a fence.
Yeah.
Around the lake, and
geofence.
As long as it's within that geofence, you're good. You don't have to see the exact spot. I really think they need to. That's something that needs to happen.
If I can turn that on with a toggle on my marketing, that should be nothing more than a toggle button on there. But I'm sure the tracking on that is much different inside of that app. But geofence marketing is a real thing. That's been a thing for 30 years.
I don't know if it comes down to, is that then up to Dwayne for every tournament, for every club in the country, he's got to go to each of their lakes and geofence it himself. You know, maybe you make it, if you want that, you got to do it.
Right.
The
Yeah.
tournament
You got to geofence. The tournament director has to geofence his own lakes. I don't know.
Well, and that would help
that
would help with like, what is it? Chatfield is I forget what those ponds are called. Gravel ponds, is that what they're called?
Yeah.
The other ones that are there.
Mm-hmm.
That fence would stop that, because immediately when that happens, it would just deny the fish, and it could deny the fish automatically if you're setting it up that way. But also, how much structure do you want the app to have on its own without a human doing it when there's money involved? You know, a bunch of crap gets into that.
And just so our members know also, to be transparent, as of right now, I will bet you Flanagan could go back to the Cedar Bluffs tournament that you guys just held last week or 2 weeks ago. I don't know. I'm old. My time's all screwed up. Those waypoints where you caught those fish, they're gone. You don't have access to those no more. So after 2 or 3 days of a tournament being official, Tourney X wipes off the waypoints for the directors. And if we want the waypoints because there's a controversy or there's somebody's protesting, we have to go to Dwayne, and then we have to publicly ask for it. He writes it down. You got to ask. He asks you why you want it, and you got to file a report. So just know, folks, that the results from every tournament that we have fished are wiped off. We cannot access red willow fish, for example, from when we've been there last. We don't have access to that anymore.
That's so smart of Dwayne to do.
Believe me, I looked because I asked him. I said, "Where was Nick Wetherill fishing at Norton last year?" And he wouldn't tell me. So,
you want to know?
No, he won't.
I know.
You have to have a legitimate complaint. He's going to want to see a copy of the written thing to protest, and you got to file that with him for him to send you waypoints for an old tournament.
The waypoints are not. They are not stored. They're wiped after a couple days.
Not for us. Not for us directors.
Right. Yep. Change your glitches to yeah. Corey's right. I'm sure there are people out there that have looked into how to change the picture metadata. I think I want to say is what it's called.
Oh, you can totally do it on an iPhone, but it'll also mark that picture. And I don't know what Dwayne's got set up. I don't know how he's got that set up in the app.
He won't tell us because
But he's got it to where it notes that change inside of Tourney X. But I guarantee, I agree with Corey. I guarantee you there's a handful of guys out there that have been cheating that system ever since it started, and they have the way to do it, and they've been doing it.
Yep.
And it's only a matter of time before that green cut up kayak ends up in a boat and you get caught being a dumbass. And then people like Corey go and say hello to you. Or you find people like Eric that want to tar and feather you. And good luck if that happens.
Yeah. You're on your own.
Either one of those dudes are small dudes.
We had a picture that was manipulated for the first time at the WKB this year, a month ago or whatever we were at. I got a picture that from the judge says, "Hey, this picture's been manipulated. How do you want to handle it?" And I'm like, "It's disqualified. I don't care what it says. It was manipulated from the GPS." So come to find out, I talked to that person, and they didn't get a signal when they originally loaded it. It said they didn't, but it got the GPS. And then when he went to load the fish on the Tourney X app before 2:30, it said, "Would you like to download from your current location?" And he hit yes. So he had a duplicate location from the same fish. It red flagged it. And it said he tried to manipulate the picture because he put a double GPS location down. So,
there's a takeaway there, competitors. If your phone says, "Well, you want to do this from your new location?" say no.
Yeah.
Because if it would have hit the first location, even though you didn't know it, Jim or Matt could have said, "Nope, if that's the original location, the fish counts," even though it didn't look like it.
Yeah.
Right. Yep. Yeah. Because even now, I do believe, I haven't checked in a long time. I believe, let's say the Sandman, Josh Gardner, Bagger Vance, let's say he catches his fish all over the lake, all 5 of them, right? And then he goes back to the ramp and he gets a signal and he goes load to Tourney X, load to Tourney X, load. Those fish are going to show he loaded at that ramp, not where he caught them. So his location doesn't even make sense where he caught them. It just locates where you.
No, it goes based off of where the picture was taken.
It should.
It does.
Right, but
now. I don't know. Maybe it didn't used to, but it does now.
But if it says no location, would you like to do it from your current location? He selects current location on every fish. He basically would be screwing himself.
Yes. Right. Yeah. Do that once. Do it one time, your location.
But no, I could load a picture now from right here to the Cedar Bluff leaderboard of a picture from Cedar Bluff. It would show the picture was taken in Cedar Bluff. And the picture has that data, but that's what could be manipulated. I'm sure that
we don't do it as much at CKB, but if you check in for the tournament, if you pay attention to that, it'll show your exact location when you check in. And if it doesn't show it correctly, you might need to didn't that happen to you, Flanagan?
It happened. I was just going to say it's happened to me twice this season where I went to check in. So it must have been CKFC tournaments because we don't check in this club. No, I also did it for the Nebraska tournament because I wasn't sure if they did. So I just did it just to be safe. But both times my location was slightly off by like a mile or two. Like I was at a ramp and it showed me like a mile away from the ramp. And I was like, that's weird. That makes me nervous. So I shut it down. I didn't wipe the app and reload the app. I just shut it down and restarted it. I don't remember what I did. I took a picture checked my location. Okay, the picture says my location's right, because on an iPhone, if you swipe up, it shows you where the picture was taken. So I did that, went back in Turny X, reloaded it, and then when I did check in, it showed me at the right location. I still don't know what that's about, but it is something to look out for when you check in, and maybe just check in anyway, even for CKB, even though we don't require it. Check in just to make sure Turny X is reading your correct location.
That's what I do.
Doesn't hurt.
I push check in to see where my location is, and I'm like, all right, cool. And I'm just making sure that my location is on the app is all I'm really doing.
Yeah. On the pratfalls of Turny X, and I'll do should be the only.
I never do. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. There's not too many downsides to Turny X, honestly. Dwayne runs a good program over there, I think. Now, Fishing Chaos, there are some talk some shit on Fishing Chaos.
Oh, yeah.
But,
that's funny.
I only did a couple tournaments with Fishing Chaos, and that app was so glitched out a couple of years ago. I was like, nope, never doing this again.
The one thing I can say that they had that I didn't like, I don't have a ton of experience with Fishing Chaos, but the one or two times I have, I hated that. With Turny X, you pick your fish, you go through, choose your fish, you pick it, and then even when it's in Turny X, you can zoom in up on it, because I just want to double check. Is this my 15 1/4? Yeah. Okay, it's my 15 1/4.
Yeah.
Fishing Chaos, you can't do that. When you upload the picture, you can't zoom in, just because you're looking at a fish out of 100 fucking pictures that look the same. You want to make sure it's the exact right one, and you can't do it on Fishing Chaos. That's just one small thing that drives me nuts.
I do like that though, because I mean, we had a competitor recently. Maybe might have even been in some money, and because he was having so many problems with Turny X, like he didn't get it. Yep. So that might be a good topic, and then we could go over
he lost
tricks on measuring, because we had some open mouse recently. We've had some of that kind of stuff that we haven't really had in the last couple of years, but we've got a lot of newer guys that are newer to the kayak scene, and mouths being cracked and where the tail has to lay. And, if you've got the tail where it kind of waves up and goes kind of wonky, like technically if the tail's not flat, it doesn't count. So maybe just doing a quick recap on that would be good for an episode as well. I agree, Corey.
No, we did have a guy who was having Turny X issues. It was user error. It wasn't Turny X. He lost some serious AOY points because his fish didn't get submitted. So yeah, it sucks, but it happens. Corey's saying, what did he say?
How to properly use it for submissions.
Oh, he's saying using the in-app camera. You don't have to use it as your camera, Corey.
Right.
Is that what you're saying? You can still use your phone's camera and upload those pictures. There was talk that you would have to use it but they left it up to the clubs to implement whether you have to use the in-app camera or not. You don't have to use the in-app camera to take your pictures.
And here's the reason why I don't use the in-app camera is because it doesn't allow me when I take 7 pictures of that same fish and they're a half a second apart. I can't go back and tap on it and put a heart to it to create a favorite.
Yeah.
And then that favorite is now how I differentiate when I go to load my fish at the end of the day. If I decide to sandbag, every fish that has a heart, I know I've already looked through it and I know it's approved, and I know the mouth is shut. I know it's got a good tail picture, and I just upload the ones with the hearts. Can you imagine having to go through all your pictures and making sure you're without knowing which one is the one you want to upload? Holy Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad we don't have to use that whole thing.
Oh, Dwayne, there he is.
Yeah, nice. There he is. We're talking about you, Dwayne.
Oh, yeah.
In a
What's
good
up,
way.
Dwayne?
In a good way.
Yep. Hell yeah. He heard us talking shit on Fishing Chaos. He said, "I'm gonna hop on there and say hi to those boys."
He's got an AI thing. Anytime he hears Turny X, it just sends him an alert, and he can go watch.
Oh, you don't even want to know, Dwayne. There was I don't know if I should get into this, but there was I believe it was a local company who tried to start a tournament app, a new tournament fishing app, and they were bugging the 2 local clubs to try it. We said, we're good. We love Tourney X. We're good. But it had this feature that they were crowing about, saying it was the next big thing, where you take the pictures on the board and AI tells you what the weight of that fish is based on the picture and the length. AI is going to tell you what the weight is.
Nope.
Get the hell out of here with that.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
It was like, no thanks.
In that tournament.
Yeah. No chance. No chance.
But hear me out.
Don't worry, Dwayne. Don't worry.
Dwayne,
We're Tourney X for life. We are Tourney X for life. I promise you.
And Dwayne, I don't think you should do this. The crazy AI thing where it was like, it tells you how much it weighs. There has to be a comment section, just like Facebook, where they're like, "This is my 1 pound fish," and everybody goes, "That's not 1 pound, you dumbass."
Right.
It has to have that in there too.
Yeah. I mean, when we're talking, if you're getting into fractions of an ounce, AI is going to get you within fractions of an ounce. Get out of here with that AI telling me how much it weighs. I couldn't believe that. I was like, dude, you're crazy.
Could you imagine
weigh-ins anymore anyways,
where somebody's like, "You lost by 1/4 of an ounce," and somebody's like, "To AI?"
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, we can't even figure out what to do with a makeup event. Could you imagine what that would do? Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, I was like, thanks, but no thanks. And CKFC was the same. They're like, nah, we're good, dude. Tourney X works just fine. We're if it ain't like Eric said, where's Eric's comment? We're not into cover bands.
Right.
We got the real deal.
Oh, Dwayne Wally has put a lot of time into Tourney X to perfect it. He's put a lot of time into what bugs have worked out, and he's got it pretty much down, and he just keeps improving it every year and every year, and he's doing a heck of a job. I wish the boaters would get into it. I really wish the boaters would get into it, but I know for a fact if I went to one meeting around Colorado here, I could eliminate live weigh-ins because they're already trying to get the clubs to not bring fish to weigh-in in a parking lot and put them in boxes like the Full Moon Open. That's coming up this weekend where it's a 12-hour tournament from 7 at night till 7 in the morning. Go to Horsetooth the next day. Guarantee you're going to see fish floating dead somewhere because they're boxing them and they've been in there for 12 and a half hours in 95-degree temperatures. So
I'm relatively new to the, I'm not someone who grew up bass fishing and grew up with the Bassmaster Classic. So maybe I'm biased, but let's just be done with live weigh-ins and with carrying fish around just so you can hold them up on stage. Like, come on, it's archaic already. We're done with that. We're past that.
I think Bubba's really close on that, but I think they should just do it by length, because length of photo, we've already done all the and I say we just as kayak anglers, we've already done all the dumbasses, that are cutting tails off and doing dumb shit. Like I said, there's somebody out there that probably has it figured out. And they're getting
somebody's playing some stuff with the metadata on the picture, but they'll get found out eventually.
Yeah, but eventually Dwayne's gonna find them.
Yeah,
and then Eric's gonna find them. So it's perfect.
Here's the thing, and as you all know, I'm no computer guy. I'm assuming that the database and the server that Dwayne Wally is using has way more potential to find that than some guy trying to manipulate a photo on an iPhone. Now, I think if he could take that picture and upload it to his computer and he had something, I could be wrong. Don't be asking straws about technology, but I think basically what I'm saying is Dwayne's got a bigger linebacker than your tiny little running back, basically, right? Is what I'm saying.
But there's some kids out there when it comes to computers, but
but if he can make the app, there's a reason it's not Tourney X by Nick Wetherill, because I'm an idiot. I can't even get the weather right. So you know what I mean? Like, But yeah, I mean, I agree. I think the bass fishing world, like maybe for the classic or something, or like that, but like local clubs, like having the Fountain Valley Bass Club, you
Yeah.
know, stuffing 4 pounds of smallmouth in a live well and driving it around.
Well,
Like,
I
come
mean,
on.
it's yeah. I mean, and yeah, it's bad enough in Colorado, but think about somewhere like Gunnersville
Yeah.
that has 10 tournaments
Chick.
every weekend, and they're all boxing all those fish. Like just enough already. You mentioned Bubba. Hammer sent me and Nick and I a picture that Steve Owens posted.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it was like sort of guerrilla marketing. He was sort of showing it without saying anything, but he had a picture of a fish it looked like, I believe, a Bubba bump board.
It's a Bubba board. Yep.
Had a digital readout saying 19.50. I don't know what it was about. He didn't mention it, and he didn't say anything about that. Hey, this cool new Bubba bump board. He just had a picture of a fish, but it was on a Bubba board that had a digital readout saying how long the fish was.
There's a couple places that allow the Bubba board now.
Oh, you've seen it. I didn't even know it was a thing. Oh, okay. Well, then
I don't know anything about the board. I haven't seen the board or anything like that. I just saw it on one of the Tourney X, like what's allowed. It had, catch. It had, I forgot what Yakatax is called. It's that giant
leaderboard.
Fucking orange with the leaderboard.
Yeah.
And then they had Bubba on there as well. But I know Collins and I were talking about, I was like, man, wouldn't it be cool to have a little thing where you could just set it real quick and that's your small fish? And then it ended up happening that he saw that in that picture and he was like, you see that? And I was like, yeah, that would be really freaking cool. But yeah, I don't really know what it's about.
Well, Eric makes a good point. A digital board, like, why complicate something so simple? You're right. I mean, how hard is it to read? And even if it keeps track a running total, like, well, that's what Tourney X is for.
Well, I think
Tourney X keeps your running total. So
I think what it was is you can just put it in there and then it'll automatically tell you you're small. Because there's times where I don't want to open up my phone and do all that and go through the app and go into and manage my catch and find out what my small is or anything like that. But I mean, if Dwayne Wally's listening,
on the leaderboard.
Hey, what about as soon as you open up the tournament, it automatically posts your small right in the top for you.
Biggest fish, smallest fish.
Yeah, whatever.
Because I know that at the end of the tournament, it shows your biggest fish.
That's right.
Maybe it should also show your smallest. Not a bad idea.
When you click on the leaderboard, like if you go to Tourney X, you swipe it open, you hit the Pueblo tournament, and then you hit leaderboard, and you look at your name. It should say smallest fish on there.
It does.
Maybe. Okay.
Oh,
They're just trying to eliminate all those steps, is what you're saying.
Right.
Try to get rid of all those steps.
Like I was always like, man, do I just wear an arm board? Like I used to do that when I was doing shooting stuff where you could just look down and know, like, boom, and put it in, wham.
Okay, Dwayne's saying that, they do show largest and
smallest. Yep.
Yeah. And Eric's making fun of you and he's right. It's only 5 fish you got to keep track of. Like, really? You can't keep track of your smallest?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm the same. I'm the same. I always have to go back and look too. Like, what am I trying to get rid of? I don't remember. Yeah.
My idea was just something that mounts on a rail and it has 3 numbers.
Right.
So you could just go 14-5 and be
big
done.
Man, we catch so many fish, big man, we can't keep track of them.
Yeah.
You're just catching 5. That's all you're doing. It's easy for you. You got the big brain.
Exactly.
We catch so many fish, big man. We can't keep track of all that.
Yeah.
And when you got Wayne 5 that are 12,
yeah,
the AOI system.
AOI system. Really, I'm curious to see what that's about. I wonder is it going to be one of those or the option of one of those weighted AOI systems? Because I know some clubs do that with a weighted point system where the higher the number of anglers in events, more points. If there's only 12 anglers in events, less points. I don't know, but I don't know. I don't know that we ever want to go to something like that, but yeah,
almost like a grading curve.
Yeah.
What it does is
we got Eric going. We got Eric going.
We used to do that in the ABA. So in other words, when we ran the American Bass Anglers, Sharon and I, it was a team series for husband and wives. If we had more than 20 boats at an event, the winner got full 100 AOY points. If we only got 15 boats at the event, the winner got 95 AOY points. Because see, you're 5 less than the 20. So what that does is it rewards you for beating a bigger field, which is easier to do.
Yeah.
Harder to do.
And Dwayne's saying no, which is good, because I'm fine with what we have now, just the static point system. I think that's just fine for what we're doing, honestly.
Let me open up this can of worms, and I don't know how much it's been addressed, and it's been driving me crazy for years. Is there a reason why we have to close the mouths? Like, oh, that's cracked. How many arguments have you got? How many friendships have been lost from tournament directors and a buddy because a tournament director tried to do his job and said that's cracked, and you now lost a quarter inch and you lost the tournament? Why don't we open the mouth? Aren't we trying to catch the biggest fish that we're trying to get? We could open the mouth if you want. As long as the lip is touching the board, who cares? Just open the mouth.
You're asking the wrong.
I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. Every time I fish,
your worms to yourself.
Every time I fish CKFC and I fish multi, when I catch a bass, I'm like, boom, throw it in there, and I'm like, shit, mouth open. I just lost like quarter to a half an inch on that deal.
Yeah.
Like, if you're on a line burner, opening that mouth, you can get almost to a half sometimes.
Yeah, but why not allow it? It's a good question, and I don't know the answer because I haven't been doing it as long as I'm not an OG. So maybe
me either.
Maybe somebody can. Okay, Eric's saying it makes it uniform. That it's not the biggest fish; it's the biggest fish manipulators. Ooh. Yeah, I guess then you could get into people maybe dislocating fish jaws to get an extra half inch.
That's fair.
Yeah,
that's fair.
Guess
that makes sense.
I don't know. I'm just guessing. Yeah.
And do you all know? And I'm not going to divulge this. You can get more out of a fish than that squeaker that you got. I'm not going to divulge it. It's not cheating.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give you this. It's hand placement. It's hand placement. Where you put your hand on a fish makes a fish longer or shorter. That's all I got to say.
It definitely can.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I mean, we're manipulating
I think we've all like put that fish on there and we're like, cool, 16 and a half. And then like you go to take the picture and you're like 16 and a quarter. What?
Yeah. No, then you do the Marty. Then you do the Marty.
You chuck his ass in the
mash
net for
it down.
Couple, you smash him into the net for a couple minutes, let him swim around and put him back on, and he's there, and you're like, hurry up.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's hilarious.
All right, boys, let's wrap it up. We're on 2 hours. That was good stuff. I was worried we might be sitting here going, I don't know. What do you want to talk about? What should we talk about? I don't know, but I think we did. I think we did good. That was a good time. Yep. What's Eric saying? Gooses, bass, poopers from more. Oh, you're goosing them. Yeah. Okay. Let's see.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't say in the rules that I can't stick my feet. Oh, never mind.
Oh, Trev just joined us.
Oh, that's a T-shirt.
Yep. What's up, Trev? Yeah, go back and watch it. It was a pretty good one. It's a long one, 2 hours, but it was a good one. I think we had cover some good topics, and we had a Dwayne Wally sighting, which was awesome. Thanks for tuning in, Dwayne. Appreciate it.
Miss you, man. I miss the phone calls, Dwayne. I really do. I really miss calling him and going, hey, what do I do here? And I know he got a kick out of it too, because I would call him about some crazy stuff.
We had a good one at Water Valley that one time. We had some issues. We had to call him, but Dwayne said he's got a picture for me. Okay, cool. Can't wait. Can't wait to see what's coming. So, but yeah, thanks for watching, Dwayne. Thanks for checking in. You're the man, and we won't say those other 2 words because we don't care.
Doesn't matter. Keep up the good work.
We're Tourney X for life, for sure. Thank you, Corey. Yep, I agree.
Yeah.
As much as
Thanks,
I would
guys.
like to get some redemption at Cedar Bluff, I think Norton's probably the right call for keeping our numbers up. So that's what we're doing.
I'm going to Cedar Bluff Sunday.
All right.
So
sounds good.
I need redemption.
Well, there was also that. There was also a slight thought of, oh man, do we leave it open to take your pick? You want to go to Cedar Bluff? Go to Cedar Bluff. You want to stay at Norton? Stay at Norton.
Oh,
but
I don't know. I really like Norton, though, so I'm probably not going to go to Cedar Bluff.
Yeah,
I'm probably just talking shit.
But we like to keep it. We like to keep it inbounds here. We don't want to get too gimmicky. That's why the Roadrunner would be a non-AOY event. We don't want to get too gimmicky. But it was a thought. It was a thought.
I think we all agree at this level for the competition that we've created for this club, everybody being on the same field when we have an event is fair.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you're right, Corey.
Corey's calling bullshit. You ain't going to Cedar Bluff. You're a past winner at Norton. You got to defend your title.
Yes, I was just going to say.
I've got two from Norton. I got two pieces of hardware from Norton.
That's right. You got a first and a second.
I had to fight whichever way Jim is. I had to fight that mug for it twice.
I'm the one that sings Norton's praises the most. I'm the one that brought it to Jim to put on the schedule. I'm like the Norton evangelist, and I haven't gotten higher than 4th place at that friggin' place.
I don't know. You're on a roll this year, so
we'll see.
Yeah, it's
we'll see.
So where are we at? We've got the season's half over, right? Am I thinking right?
Yeah.
Yep.
We've got Norton and the championship, I think.
So
we got 3 left. 3 events left.
Yeah.
What's the other one?
It's still wide open, man. AOI is still open.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Norton, the makeup, and then the championship.
Yes.
That's it, right?
Yeah.
So we've got Norton and the championship.
But there's no drops yet, though. But yeah, I was looking at somebody said we do a half-season check-in and look at AOI standings, which we can do right now. Let's bring them up. Come on.
You can make me put my glasses on for this. Here we go.
Dead silence for a podcast. Here we go. Okay, let's share this. Am I sharing?
I can't see that.
Yeah, there we go. Okay. So yeah, I mean, if you look at it just at the numbers, there's a big drop off to where guys are 20 points behind. So you're thinking, oh, well, it's between these 3 guys. No, it's not, because we got no drops yet. Yeah.
Right.
Lovell and Trev, they've got 2 really low 70 events. They get in the 90s, there's the 20 points. They just made up those 20 points in one event when they get to drop these 70s. So it's still
check out.
It's still it's
check out Van Sickler sneaking in on that.
Yeah, Van Sickler's been
sneaky bastard.
Top 10, creeping on top 5 or in the top 5 the last couple seasons. Van Sickler, we don't. Unfortunately, we don't see him at awards much anymore. So he's like one of those quiet, sneaky under the radar. He's been,
Hey,
last couple
Flanagan,
seasons.
I think there's I think you've got this set to alphabetical, because I think that's why I'm so far down there. I think.
Is that why? Is that why?
Hey, I'm gonna blow my own horn. Look at Straws. Straws has a 98 and a 94.
Yeah,
dude,
you're in the top 10 with only. You're in the top 10 with only 2 events.
Yeah.
I was going to say the top 10 is dominated by guys that were at Cedar Bluff because we have 3 events, but look at that. A top 10 with only 2 events.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
And we're going to Norton.
So, yeah.
I like Norton.
It is still wide open.
Wide open.
Yeah. Once these guys can drop these 70s.
Look at Brands.
Yep.
He's got 100 and an 89. If that sucker shows up to another event, and he just won Wyoming, which isn't part of this, so he would have had 2 100.
Gardner.
Right? So, yep.
Gardner's got 100, and it is wide open.
It's almost to the point where if you don't win 3 events, you're almost out of it nowadays. It's crazy.
Yeah. Jesus.
Corey's saying Sunday at Norton is a team event. Yes, I think I know you're saying it shouldn't be, but we got to stick to the same principle where there's no rule in place, so we can't make it a rule saying it's out. We'll correct that for next season. There will be a rule in the place for next season, but since there's not, we can't exclude teams just mid-season on a mid-season rule. So yeah. But yeah, let's look at team real quick though. Again, these guys have got a pretty big league, Lovell and Hood, but without any drops, it's wide open until we get into where people can start dropping some bad events. Collins and Gardner, although they're done for the season, so they're not going to move up. Look at who's in third right there.
Man, it's a good thing my partner's holding me up.
Man,
I'm trying to drown him slowly.
I'm gonna have a bad back by the end of the season from carrying your ass.
I know.
Yeah, well, see what's the word with team events here? So since Flanagan is carrying your ass, Weatherill, then you guys win this team series. Does he get 80% of the money and you only get 20 since you didn't carry the whole thing?
Yes.
Shit, he gets 100% at this point. I mean, I've got two blanks and like a 12th. Like I'm kicking ass this year, fellas. Yeah, I can assure you, it's not lost on me. I feel it every day.
I'm actually surprised we're that high. That's crazy that we're that high. I guess because we did the Cedar Bluff, because a lot of people didn't do Cedar Bluff. That's what it is.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yep.
So. But that's it's gonna change a lot once the drops come into effect. Same with AOY. Once we get those drops and people can get rid of those 70s and 80s, it's gonna be a whole different look.
I don't think since the inception of this club that AOY has been determined for more than an inch out of skew. Like I don't think since we started this club there's been more than an inch of difference. No one's ever run away with AOY. Right, no. It's either a tie, we go to the tiebreaker, or someone wins by 1 point. Trev got it the 1 year by a quarter of an inch, I think.
Didn't Gardner run away with it?
I
thought Gardner ran away with it one time.
No,
because last year
I think Gardner might have run away with it his year. Let's see.
Yeah, you might be right.
Beat the
394 to 386. Yeah, okay. Gardner.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, look at that. 199, 97, 98. That's a friggin' season right there.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3.
That wasn't even his 2-win season at Elwood. And he's still dang.
Yeah, 199, 97, 98.
Yeah, that's
like
crazy.
Basically it's like if he shows up.
Where did he finish last year then? Because he had 2 wins last year.
I think he only fished Elwood with us.
Maybe. Oh, he didn't do a full season, so he's not even. That's right. Yep. So if he would have fished a full season, once again, he would have smoked us.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that, Nick. So close. I feel your pain there, bud. I feel your pain there.
Yeah, me and Lovell tied. He smashed me in the tiebreaker though.
Yep.
He was like 20 inches ahead of me in the tiebreaker. Lovell is. And if you saw 2024, Lovell was in second for AOY that year. He won it last year, and he's kicking some butt this year too. Like that guy is just a fishy freaking dude, man.
He's up there, and he's got a 78 to drop, a 99 and a 95. Yeah, Lovell's going to be a problem.
Mm. He's always a damn problem.
Yep. It's fun stuff. This is why we do it. I love it. I love it.
What a group.
Yep. Watch your back, Kenny. We're coming for you, Kenny.
That's for sure.
We're coming for you, son. Kenny's a problem at Norton, though. Kenny does well at Norton, so he's in a good position. 296 and 100. Kenny's on a heater. Yeah.
Yeah, you just don't want to give anybody like when Lovell gets on his rolls and Straws gets on his, you get on yours, Flanagan, Kenny, Gardner, Chen.
Yeah.
the list.
Chen
Any
was
of them.
right there. I have said this before, and I hate saying it because it feels disrespectful to Love All, but he knows I don't mean it disrespectfully. If Chen would have fished Norton last year, he probably would have had AOI.
He might have, and he fishes Norton well too.
Assuming he fished top, if he would have finished, I think top 7 or 6, he would have won AOI because he would have had a drop. He would have dropped an 80 something. So, wow. I can look at it. I'm talking about it. I can look at it right here.
I mean, Chen's a nightmare to fish against too.
Chen only missed it by 3 points, and he had an 88. If he could have dropped that 88 for Norton, piece of cake.
91. So
and he's a former champion at Norton.
Yeah, he would have just had to finish 9th or better, and he would have. Sorry, Chen, if you're watching. I don't mean to bring up a bad memory, but yeah, I'm sure he noticed that. So cool stuff. All right, boys, it's past 8. Past my bedtime. I'm supposed to be in bed reading my book by now. You guys are keeping me up late.
In bed at 8 o'clock. I'm going down to have some dinner, and I'm going to make a giant banana split. You're going to bed.
I mean, I don't go to sleep at 8, but I'm in bed reading for an hour or two for sure. Not 2, maybe an hour. But yeah, I'm at old man hours already. So
yeah, I walked in the house, changed my shirt and hat. I'm still in my work clothes, waist down. So I got to find some dinner and get everything ready.
You don't want to see me waist down right now.
Whoa, look out. Heads up. I said it was a freestyle episode. It's a free for all. I didn't mean
freestyle, not free ball.
Yeah, exactly.
Difference.
You all might need your glasses.
I think we're going to excuse me. I think we're going to have to do this again. This was a fun episode. I like just freestyling it like that. It was pretty cool.
I can't believe no one came in. That's crazy.
I know. I'm disappointed in you all. I am really disappointed in you all for not clicking that link and showing your face. Yep. But too late now. It's past 8.
This.
No, they don't. They know what they're in for. Yeah.
Public.
You would have thought for sure. Yeah. I thought for sure
Sugarface to get disqualified.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Oh, shit.
All right, boys. Good stuff. That was a fun one. We'll talk next week. Maybe we'll do it again next week since we don't have a topic. Maybe I might contact Mr. Ramey, see if he wants to come on and talk about the Trinidad event. If he's available, maybe we'll do that. But yeah, good stuff. Fun show.
Heck yeah. Thanks
for tuning in, everybody. Thanks for commenting. No, there's Nails. Nails was another late one. Yep, go back and watch it, Nails. It was a fun one. So, all right, boys. We'll see you. I don't know when. We don't have a tournament till August, sadly, but we'll see you soon. So,
yeah, we will.
Very much so.
Yep. All right, everybody. Have a good one. Talk to you all later.
Cheers.
Peace.